Hey, howdy, hi. I'm dijonketchup. You might remember me from such runs as the Pokemon trading card game run from the other night. And today I'm gonna run Donut County.
And
And
I'm still here. I'm Bullet Jill, and yeah.
so yeah, this is a fun, cute little game, and so we're pretty much just gonna go right through it, and I'll go ahead and count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So we got to skip right at the beginning here. Let's see if we can do it. There we go. You just open the window early and then click on it while that comes up and you skip a bunch of text. It's a real easy skip. And anyway, this is Donut County. The best way I can really think to describe it is like reverse Katamari. Um, you know how in Katamari you have a ball and you collect stuff. What is this goose doing? Okay. So you have the ball and you collect stuff on it and make it bigger. Well, here in Donut County, you have this giant hole being controlled by a raccoon named BK. Um, and get your rack attacks in chat. And I'm just going through some text here. So BK runs the donut store called Donut County in this little town. And whenever anyone orders a donut delivery, he instead sends a giant hole to their place and sucks everything up. And anyways, you'll probably hear a lot of clickety-clacking on the keyboard as I skip a lot of text in this game. The game is set to Chinese because that is the fastest language. And yeah. So I'm just gonna casually start getting everything. Physics are kind of weird in this game sometimes. Okay. But yeah, this is a cute little relaxing game if you like cute relaxing games. Um, so yeah, basically the plot of the game is told through flashbacks mostly, where BK the raccoon has destroyed the town by sucking everything into these holes. Physics are not being kind right now. Come on. Oh, really? Yeah, physics like to do that. Yeah. So yeah. Suck up everything and everyone. And you want to try to get as many of these pots in the hole before they break as possible, but physics, again, sometimes they don't want to cooperate.
Physics in games really are like a speedrunner's worst nightmare, outside of RNG.
Yeah. Well, and there's not really much RNG, just the randomness of the physics. Oh,
So,
sweet, I got that whole stack of pots without any of them breaking.
so physics is RNG, you're saying?
I mean, in a way, I guess. So anyway, we swallowed up a furnace, and now we're gonna make this hot air balloon go way up and, well, destroy more stuff. So, away goes the kid in the hot air balloon. Is gonna knock this, the mountain down for us. And He's gone. He'll be back later, though. Okay. And at the end of each level, we can save some time by... There's sort of like a level up sequence that plays at the end of each level, but you can just back out to the menu and then continue to skip all that. Saves a bit of time. So now we've got snakes who are a bit wiggly and don't want to always cooperate, so may have to get the hole a bit bigger before we can get the snake in. Like that. Come on, snake. Come on, snake. There he goes. So a lot of the levels are split up into sections, as you saw in that first stage there. Oh, that snake was very kind. Come on. May have to suck up some of this grass and get the hole big enough to get these rocks. Oh, don't want to cooperate? Okay, cool. Physics! Oh, there we go. There's that one. And then... hey guys. Hey little rocks. Oh, there they go. Come on. In you go. Yeah, so as you can see, physics are a thing. Really? What are you doing, Rock?
You're trying to fit a square block into a round hole, so...
Usually you don't have to get all of this grass, but physics aren't being kind to me today. Okay, so now we're gonna we're gonna get this snake, and hopefully we can hit this button. Okay, cool. So yeah, these alarms go off, but you can set off 2 at a time if you do it right. So I just got 2 at once. And then I'm gonna try to get the other 2 at once. And okay, that did not work. But that's fine. Not much time lost. Yeah, it saves a slight bit of time if you can get 2 alarms to go off at once. But again, physics. Feel like if I say... For some reason, that thing always throws the hole over there. I don't know why. Feel like at this point, I'm gonna turn physics into the next solid.
So, how did you come across this game, and what got you interested in running it?
So I actually, I found out about this game because a podcast that I listened to, one of the people on the podcast played it and said it was pretty cool. And then, like, a Steam sale came around and it was on sale. So I got it and I played it and it was really cute. And I was like, I like this game a lot. I would like to do it a million more times, but really fast and get annoyed at it. And so here we are.
It's basically the speedrunner's mantra: like a game, play it fast, get annoyed with it.
Yeah. So, new gimmicks are introduced in pretty much every stage. This stage's gimmick is when you fill the hole up with water, you have to get this bird to drink it to get rid of the water. And there's stuff hiding under the water that you need to suck up as well. And not only that, but the game also counts the water as objects that you have to soak up before you can complete the level.
This bird's a great reminder. Everybody, make sure you stay hydrated.
Indeed. Hydrate or dihydrate. One of my coworkers said that to me once. And then, come on, bird. There it goes. So yeah, basically the story is the whole town is underground. And we're seeing the flashbacks of BK destroying the whole town. Come on, corn. There we go. Okay, so campfire and popcorn and corn equals popcorn. Normally it would pop up out of the hole, and you'd have to get it again. But if you just hide under that tent, it'll just hit the tent and go right back in the hole. Oh, that was a gold split. And clickety-clack as I skip all the dialogue. Sometimes when the camera moves, it's hard to keep the hole in the right place. But yeah, this level has bunnies. Shout out to bunnies. So you're gonna get this carrot. We're gonna lure the bunny. Please don't get stuck on the fence, bunny. And there's another bunny. And they'll come over and eat the carrot. And then, you can just, take them.
Goodbye, bunnies.
And for, reasons, the hole gets bigger as you fill it with more bunnies, 2 at a time.
Oh, it's just because they're eating the carrot. It's
Yeah.
all it is. They just really love that carrot.
Yeah. It's a balanced part of this breakfast. Come on. There you go. Oh. More bunnies.
More carrot eating.
Yep.
See? There was just another carrot right into the hole.
Yep. And the hole is so full of bunnies now that we're gonna have a bunny explosion. And the bunny explosion tears down this house.
Bunnies do live underground, so I'm sure just the carrots attracted them from underground. That's all it is.
Exactly. This is a very pure game. And then we get a new mechanic in this level. Remember how fire made popcorn happen? Well, fire plus coals equals big fire. So we're just gonna burn down some trees, you know, as one does.
I mean, I don't see any barriers around here to tell you not to do it, so.
Only you can prevent forest fires. But also, forest fires are needed for progress, so, you know. Who am I to judge?
We here at GDQ do not advocate forest fires unless it's part of a speedrun strat.
What am I missing? Okay, that was weird, but sometimes the game decides that it doesn't want to progress because I don't know. There's very few things you can actually do to soft lock the game, but it does happen. Sometimes an object that you need to suck into the hole will get stuck on top of an object that you cannot suck into the hole. So you kind of just have to restart the level when that happens. And sometimes the transition just doesn't happen, although that's very rare that that occurs. Okay, so now our next mechanic is fireworks. You light these fireworks, and you can do stuff. See, they go off into the wild blue yonder. You can scare birds. Birds will not want to get in the hole. Okay, you can probably see where this is gonna go.
Oh my.
Just when you thought it was safe to have lunch. So, while you're waiting for the firework to come up and out, you can usually grab some of the smaller things nearby, kind of save a little bit of time, and more fire.
Now, that bird's problem was he looked down, because this is clearly a Looney Tunes
There's
cartoon, and he wouldn't have
more
fallen otherwise.
popcorn, which again, you can stop from coming out of the hole. Also, when you've soaked up a campfire and an entire fireworks stand, you get a giant explosion. Not of bunnies, though. Please don't call PETA.
The birds are fine. They just flew out once the level was over.
And here's another text message conversation. This one's not skippable that we know of.
Unskippable dialogue. I'm going to take this opportunity to let everyone know that if they like what they see, please follow dijonketchup over at twitch.tv/dijonketchup. It's going to be a good use of your time.
Yeah. So with these text message conversations, you can click on the button to send out your parts of the dialogue, but you have to wait until the other characters respond, so it takes up some time. Anyway, we have geckos. Or salamanders? I don't know. Some kind of reptile or amphibian or something that can change its color.
They're not exactly chameleons. They look more like color-changing geckos, which I don't think are an actual thing.
Yeah. But then again, there's a lot of stuff in this game that isn't an actual thing, so...
Also, this song is real good.
Yeah. So, this level actually does something kind of cool in the sense that if you see that boombox sitting over there, that's actually where the music for this level is coming from. So, if you just take the radio, then the music goes away.
How did you only take the trunk of that tree? I'm curious.
Don't question it. It's okay. It's fine. There's actually an achievement in this game for completing the level without taking the radio away. So yeah. But a lot of this speed run, there's not a whole lot of skips or anything. There's a few like that one at the beginning, and then there's a couple more coming up towards the end. But for the most part, it's just kind of like knowing how big the hole has to get before you can get certain objects, and then what order to go in. It's still a fun speed run, and yeah. So now we're gonna get another dialogue sequence. And basically, at this point, BK's friend is starting to suspect that something is up because everyone who orders donuts disappears. So Mira wants BK to put stuff back, and basically, this game is basically about raccoons who have this app that controls these holes, and it's sort of an ARG game where you can earn points, and by earning points, you can redeem them for stuff. And BK wants to get a quadcopter. And at this point in the game, Mira convinces him to use his hard-earned points to buy the catapult, which you can see us using in this stage, to launch stuff. And that will be used throughout the rest of the run, in different ways.
This level's pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm. Indeed it is. So we're just gonna scramble to get the rest of the objects, and yeah, that's that level. So yeah, the catapult is gonna come into play a lot throughout the rest of the game, which you should see another big use of it in this stage. Honey Nut National Forest. So, you see that cool little frog just hanging out there on that tree stump? Be a shame if something were to happen to it. Come on. Okay.
This level just makes me want Cheerios with a name like that.
So, get this honeycomb. We're gonna launch that. Frogs like honey, I guess. And now we've got a frog. So, frogs like honey, and frogs also like bees. So this is like a biology lesson as well, I guess.
I didn't expect to learn something today, so...
Yeah, so you heard it here first, kids. If you get a frog, launch it in the air, and it will eat all the honey and bees that you want it to. And it'll get bigger. I'm pretty sure we learned that in, like, 8th grade or something.
I must have
Then
missed
again-
that day.
Then again, it's surprising I learned anything in biology, because our biology teacher liked to eat styrofoam packing peanuts with salsa. She would do it in class just randomly. That was a weird tangent.
You have to be joking.
No, I'm. That actually happened.
Okay, because we're not leaving that alone.
Oh, well, that was convenient. The frog actually went and ate that one on its own. Get in the hole.
I'm going to need you to expand more on that story when the stream's done.
I mean, there's really not much more to the story. She told us that you can do that, and then she did it, and she liked doing that. I don't know. Well, now you've learned something, something about my life, I guess. Uh, these are cockroaches. Okay. Oh, cool. You can go over there. Box. The physics are fighting with me again. Okay. So this one is this level is a bit different. When you come into the cat soup restaurant, instead of sucking everything up, you're gonna make soup. But soup attracts cockroaches. So as you season the soup, you gotta keep it away from the cockroaches, and then you're gonna feed soup to the drinking bird. And as soon as you do that, you get to go back outside. There's also an achievement in this game. There's like a hidden soup recipe somewhere else in the game, and if you come back and put in the right combination of salt and pepper, you get an achievement for making that recipe. So this game has some pretty fun achievements to it, like that. Anyway, here's an entire skyscraper just being knocked over, and
You spilled a lot of soup there.
it's okay. Soup's gross. Soup is just like bits of food floating in liquid, and that's gross. I would rather eat packing peanuts and styrofoam in salsa than eat soup. So anyway, that was the last level with the level up sequence, and now BK has his quadcopter. So we're not going to have to back out to the menu anymore between levels. Are you jealous? So yeah, Mira gets mad at BK for destroying the entire town, so she destroys his quadcopter and takes his app away. And now she's gonna destroy BK's donut shop. A reasonable reaction, honestly.
Again, with the trees that don't make sense.
Everything makes sense if you think hard enough.
I don't know if that's how it works, but I trust you, so.
Listen, I went to packing peanut eating school. I know a lot. I've seen a lot in this world. I've seen some stuff and some things. I wouldn't recommend it. So now we're caught up into the present, where they're underground, and now they're trying to figure out how to get the town fixed. So there's a creepy possum who lives in an abandoned house. We're trying to get him to help. So there are some jump scares to this level, if anyone's sensitive to that kind of thing. Although, if I do this right, I can avoid most of them. So once you suck up the candles, the refrigerator lights up, and you can open it to find a flashlight by the refrigerator light. And then, so, I'm gonna try to get as much of this stuff in the dark as we can. If you see that mask is slightly oh, that was one of the jump scares. So we try to avoid the there's a cat wearing masks around here, and we try to avoid spooking him because it makes you go back to the refrigerator and it wastes time. And we like not wasting time because this is a speed run.
It's a very spooky level.
And then once you suck up enough stuff, you can pull the curtain open and scare the cat one final time, and then take the cat for good measure. And then can take the possum. And not content just with getting the possum, we're also going to take his house too. Also, for whatever reason, it takes a while before the game realizes, oh hey, the hole is big enough to take the house. And that was a heck of a gold split there. Wow. So now we're trying to get a hold of the Trash King, which is the king of the raccoons. And to get his attention, we're going to destroy Raccoon Lagoon, which is a raccoon water park. It makes sense, trust me. Honestly, this game is really, like, fun and has some nice dialogue to it. It's a shame that you don't get to see it, one, because it's a speed run, and two, it's in Chinese, so if you don't read Chinese, you kind of don't get to read the dialogue. But, you know, if you buy this game and play it in English or whatever language you do speak, it's really fun. I recommend that. So anyway, we're getting water here out of these water balloons and launching it to move this log flume ride. And we're gonna get that raccoon out of here. And we're gonna take him away. And then
Goodbye, friend.
yep. Well, he's not really our friend, but
Goodbye, acquaintance.
okay. Got the gumball machine. And so now we're gonna destroy some stuff. Hooray. I just gotta finish getting this stuff, and the Raccoon Lagoon is ruined. That was a very nice split. So certain levels, as you can see, like in that past level, you don't have to suck up everything in the hole. There are just like certain things you need. So like in the Raccoon Lagoon, once you get the like water slide and everything, the level will end. So anyway, we need to get this coffee cup off of this car. There we go. So we get the hole big enough to take the car. But yeah, we're here on the 405, where traffic is always a nightmare. So part of the reason that there's traffic is because of raccoons. Raccoons are basically like messing up this whole city. Come on, chair. Thank you. Whole wall of TVs.
It's a lot of good CRTs going to waste.
I know, right? Raccoons ruin everything.
So if you're trying to run a retro game and you're wondering why you can't find a good CRT, you can blame BK.
Yep. Anyway, we got all those donuts out of the donut truck, and we're gonna get this table. So there was one donut that had a different color frosting. we're gonna give it to this raccoon who drops his camera, and we're just gonna blind all these raccoons to crash their quadcopters. You know, it's science. And then we just wanna... really? Why didn't you grab the thing? There we go. So we're trying to weigh down the hot air balloon from way back at the beginning of the game to get this kid. There's another raccoon cop that we're gonna try to crash, and then he'll finish weighing down the balloon, and we got the kid back. And just for good measure, this is how you get rid of traffic on the 405.
Seems legit.
Yeah. I mean, if you've got a better plan, I'd like to hear it.
I don't. I'm good with this one.
That's what I thought. Also, trees are on fire for some reason there.
It's because you started a fire earlier.
I claim to have done no such thing. No hablo inglés. Okay, so now we're on our way to the Trash Kings.
So that giant raccoon over there, is this Raccoon City? Is this in the Resident Evil universe then?
I like to believe that it is.
You heard it here first.
It should have been in the Resident Evil block, honestly. Okay, now we're texting with the Trash King. Surely he will be a reasonable person and put everything back the way it's supposed to be and stop using the holes to collect all the garbage that he wants. Right? Nope, guess not. He got left on red. And here comes another skip that was discovered pretty recently, actually. Okay, maybe. We're gonna... Okay. So, for whatever reason, if you leave the laptop there and get it last, and then pause and click over here wildly, you skip a whole section where you have the possum come in and hack to get the door open. Why does that work? No idea. But it does.
That's all that
So,
matters.
yeah, that's really all that matters. Why does it work? Don't know. Don't care. Just does. And we need this raccoon to fall off the chair. There we go. And we need this card key. Now we got the red card key. So we can go into the biology lab, which, again, sounds very Resident Evil.
Just keep a lookout for packing peanuts.
So, we're just gonna casually cause some mayhem. Remember our friend, the snake? It's back. We're gonna press some buttons and throw some stuff around, rattle a few cages. Oh, and hey, look, our friend the frog is back. We're gonna combine all the knowledge that we had from all the previous levels. And,
Hey, it's our friends, the rabbits from the bunny explosion.
yep. Do you know what happens if you cause a bunny explosion inside closed quarters?
I'm going to assume not good things. Well, maybe good for you, but not good for the environment.
Really? Come on. Why are you like this? Physics. There we go. Anyway, we're gonna... Come on. Guess what time it is?
It's time to eat some carrots.
Yup. And destroy an entire biology lab. That's what you get for eating packing peanuts and salsa. Alright, so now that the biology lab is taken care of, we release the bunny who has the card key to the anthropology lab.
Oh, there's a cute little hat.
And it's time to destroy more science.
This lab is just full of OSHA violations. It's very not safe for work.
Indeed. NSFW stream, you heard it here. So anyway, I don't know what kind of anthropology they were doing with a trash can on fire, but it helps us out because we're gonna launch fireworks. Again, launching fireworks in an enclosed space.
I'm more concerned by the electricity.
Yeah, well, I mean, it turns this thingy on, which we need to get more fireworks.
Exposed wires are definitely an OSHA violation.
So we're gonna kinda use the water physics to move the firework over here to this side so that we can light it up faster. So that we can do this faster. Goodbye, anthropology lab. So now the Trash King will actually meet with us, and here's another weird little small skip. Now, for some reason you can skip, like, a second of the door opening by doing that. So, free donuts.
Did you say free donuts? I'm in.
This is not suspicious whatsoever.
I mean, Fritz just donuts on the ground. Clearly, that's completely trustworthy.
Looking like a fool with your donuts on the ground. Oh, this was a trap.
How do you trap a hole?
Carefully. Anyway, BK's gonna go talk with the Trash King. And the Trash King is convincing BK that he can have a giant quadcopter if he joins his team. Meanwhile, things are not looking great for Mira and Possum.
Oh, this is fine. Everything's fine.
Anyway, the Trash King's hand is stuck in a pickle jar because he won't let go of the pickle.
Can you blame him? Pickles are delicious.
And we've got our boss fight for the game. So we want to avoid this little target reticule here because they'll shoot cement at us that'll clog up the hole and waste time. So we want to get the small one of these mines and launch it up with the catapult to hit the quadcopter. We got to do that 3 times, and this little phase gets a bit trickier each time because of the cement blocks that you can't go go under. So, just trying to avoid the cement. Oh, come on. It moved. There we go. Alright, so that's 2 hits down.
Someone in chat pointing out that the mines look like Katamari.
That's true, I didn't think of that, but you're absolutely right. I learned something today.
You taught us something, and you learned something yourself.
And that's how the world should be. Give me the small mine, come on. And clearly there could never be another phase to this boss fight, right?
That wasn't even his final form?
It was not. Oh no, there's another phase to this boss fight. How unforeseen. But wait. BK to the rescue. So BK has this hacking device that we would have seen earlier if we hadn't skipped the hacking sequence earlier. But we're gonna hack the King quadcopter here. And it's just gonna drop a bunch of mines. Just kind of mining our own business here. And we're gonna pick them up. And just launch them all at... So, got all these parts of the King quadcopter to suck up. As you can see, we're kind of creating a bit of a tornado here. So, we're gonna destroy the Trash King's hideout, and time's coming up real shortly. The whole building's gonna get destroyed, and then the screen will flash white, and that will be time. So, we're gonna get a camera angle change, and then... time. And that's the end of the game.
GG, it was 46-38.
Yeah. Not a bad time. But yeah, so this is the ending. Spoilers. Basically, they use a giant catapult to launch everything back up into where it belongs. But yeah, that's Donut County. It's a fun little game. It's nice, calming, relaxing. I would recommend picking it up sometime. It's on Steam, and it's on all 3 of the current gen consoles. Xbox One, PS4, Switch. Play it in a language you can read, because it's got some cute and funny dialogue to it. And definitely read the Trashopedia articles. Basically, at the end of each level, you get articles in the Trashopedia written by BK about each item that you took. And it's funny. Like, for example, snakes are called, like, angry spaghetti. Anyway, the credit sequence is pretty cool because you get to fly around a quadcopter and see the credits and the whole town. But yeah, that's Donut County. You know, thanks for letting me run this, and you know, thanks Jill for being here with me to commentate.
Of course, thanks for having me.
Yeah, and yeah, so I believe Ristar is up next. Am I correct?
Gonna be a 100% run coming up. Special bonus run for everybody here.
All right. Stay tuned. It's gonna be great.